Yeah. Who is Karol Madaj and what he does besides board games?
Besides board games?
Yes, besides board games.
Difficult question because most of is full with board games. But from my education, I'm theologian. I write some articles about the Old Testament, about the Book of Genesis. So I'm keen on Jewish exegesis and patristic exegesis. So this is my occupation, but most of the time I design games, publish them, and play because I'm a gamer.
No. What are your best received board games? I know that you have many board games, but what are the most impressive or the
My
most
favorites, my favorite board.
Yes, no, your best received by public.
My own designs.
Yes, yes, your own designs.
For sure, Q
Yeah.
is the most popular of my games. Until now, we have 90, more than 90,000 of copies in print.
In
Nearly,
print.
yes.
Okay.
Nearly 100,000 copies in print.
In print,
In
but
print. So
not so
a lot of copies. Even in Poland, it is very impressive that a game that was published 2 years ago have so many copies. We have until now we have 7 editions
7 editions. Wow.
in 8 different languages.
Yeah. How did you come up with the idea of a board game about cues in the 80s?
I work at the Institute of National Remembrance, and our mission is to spread the knowledge about the recent Polish history through the society in Poland, and not only in Poland, through the whole world. So we have to deal with the history of the Second World War and the communist times. And the game was developed with the idea of showing young people how it works in the communist time, how their parents and their grandparents were forced to stay in queues, and that they will feel the emotions that were for their parents. So our mission is to spread the knowledge, and the game is also an educational game. So it despite of the fun it gives, it is also an educational tool. So some people say that it is a history lesson in the books, in the box. History
box.
lesson in the box.
Oh, right. I know that you last year, I think you did an extension, Ogonek. What
That's true.
news brings about on the
Ogonek.
game?
Ogonek was released on the anniversary of the martial law in Poland, and Ogonek brings 4 little expansions in it. One expansion is the set for 6 player.
Yeah.
So in basic game you can play with 5, and with Ogonek you can play with 6. There is also some white cards. You can write whatever you want. There's a competition about creating a new cards. There is also 4 new queue jumping cards. 4 new cards you can use to jump to the front of the queue. There is also some events. They are called Tribuna Ludu. It was a daily newspaper in Poland that days, and each day you will open one, reveal one Tribuna Ludu card, and there are some events. For example, militia is going on the bazaar, and something happened at the bazaar, and some other events. And the last expansion is only for adults. It is a shop with alcohol.
Oh.
So you have vodka cards, and you can trade this vodka with speculators. While you are staying in the queue, you can give vodka to a speculator, and he will give you his place in the queue. So
Oh.
it changed a lot in the basic game.
Yeah, it's very interesting. This is released, the last expansion, or
This is released, but only in Polish.
only in
Only in
Polish?
Polish and in few copies. But if you really like the rules of, for example, this alcohol, this vodka, you can download the translation, the English translation from the website.
Okay.
You can, for example, make yourself some vodka cards or vodka bottles and play with
Okay.
them.
Those little bottles with vodka.
instead of having the expansion.
I think it'll be more fun. Fun, yeah. Okay, so I saw at Spiel this year you had another game based on the Poland history, Straszka? Strike. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying strike for solidarity. Yes. Tell us something about this game.
This game is about, as you have said, about the strike in the Gdańsk shipyard in the 80s. It is about Lech Wałęsa, who was the leader of the strike. Each of players are Lech Wałęsa in this game, and they control him during their turn. And the goal of the game is to negotiate the demands with the government. So first of all, you begin only with the speech card and the walking cards of Lech Wałęsa. You move Lech Wałęsa during the from one place to another in the shipyard, and you have first of all you have to speak to the workers in the department and to the citizens of Gdańsk. When you have support of them, some journalists from all over the world will come to the shipyard, and when you make an interview, the case of the strike and will be spread during for all the Poland, and then some other factories will strike and will join you. And the delegates from other factories will come to the shipyard, and also some experts like Tadeusz Mazowiecki and other experts that will helping the from intelligentsia that were helping the workers to negotiate the demands. And when you have both of them, you can negotiate the demands and win the game. So mechanically, it is a simple deck building game,
Yes.
like Dominion, because you have to build your deck
Yes.
from these people around the board. You can go, for example, to the department and take a worker. Every person in the game, every card has two uses. For example, you can use it to acquire card from the highest level, or you can use special action, for example, to discard some cards from your hand or to take another cards from your deck. So this is a simple deck building with a lot of history behind the game, and also like in Kolejka, you will find in addition a booklet with some materials, some photos, and if you are inspired by the game, you can read a lot about strike, Lech Wałęsa, and solidarity movement, because the end of the game is the beginning of the solidarity in Poland.
Interesting game. Yeah. Are you working on other games right now?
Yes. Now I am working on game about also in the team of the Kolejka, of the team of Q, about the regulation of goods in Poland. This will be a negotiation game, but with a spinner. So you will have to spin a spinner, and it will spin for about 1 minute, and
Yeah.
this will be the time for exchanging ration cards between players. And after that, you will have to buy something from the shop. That it will be with the same theme like Q, but it will be very dynamic and
Yes,
fun.
and very far. Yeah,
It will be like a party game.
yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, it will be a party game. Do you play other board games? Which are your favorites?
A lot, a lot. Uh, I have about 100 board games on my shelf at home. And what are my favorite? It depends with whom I'm playing, because in my collection I have some games for a bigger group of non-gamers, a big group of gamers, up for two players, for children. So uh, when I play with my wife, recently I play Race for the Galaxy. This is one of my favorite games. Very, very fast and very satisfying decisions in the game. There is also a very fine game of Polish designer Neuroshima Hex.
Yes.
I don't know if you
Ignacy.
recognize it.
Ignacy. I don't know his last name. Yeah.
Michał Oracz was the no Ignacy Trzewiczek, but Michał Oracz was the designer of the game Neuroshima Hex. And this is also a very fine game. Uh, when I have some more time, I will play Agricola. This is one of my favorite games. More than 200 plays
Oh,
until now.
lot of place.
I also like Carcassonne when I'm tired after work. Sometimes I don't have enough strength to play Agricola or Ora et Labora, so I will choose Carcassonne or Havana. There's a lot of very good games. Usually I play with my wife, so I play with two players. And Carcassonne is a game that you can play very aggressively.
Yeah, I know.
So that was what I like in the games.
Yeah. Me and my wife, from the 2 or 3 months, we started to play Magic together, Magic the Gathering, and it's very interesting. Now in the evening, she is taking her cards and building with her deck, and it's very interesting.
And from this Essen Spiel at Essen,
Yeah.
I brought some about 10 new games, and up till now the best are Steam Park.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I
you know.
played
Very,
there.
very fun, very fast Euro game, and also I brought Augustus.
Augustus, oh, the
Also
winner of the Spiel.
winner of the. No, it was the nomination for the
Yes, I mean, not the
the
winner,
CRS.
sorry. Yeah.
Hanabi won
Hanabi won.
the prize, but Augustus is also very good, fast, easy to learn, and also allows you to make some very fine decisions.
I didn't try it till now.
So I recommend Augustus. Steam Park also is very good, but no one will, not all of the people will like it, because you have to throw the dice very fast to
Yeah, this is why I don't like Escape, the Curse of the Temple.
all that.
It's very
I have also played Space Cadets.
space. Yeah.
There are about 50 or 60 dice in the game. Can you imagine? 60 dice in one game. And it is a cooperative game in which you have to throw dice, and everyone are throwing the dice, and 60 dice already on the table in the real time. So
Oh,
very,
big headache.
very, a very hard party game, but very fun also.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
We'll play some games.
Okay.